Hi, welcome. Today we're going to be working on some Halloween snowflakes, and I'm going to go ahead. I'll start by cutting out this pattern with the trick-or-treater. And then in order to fold, I'm going to just show you a little trick here. So we start with our square piece of paper and we fold it in half. And then we're going to match these two little points and fold it in half again. And then we're going to go ahead and on the side that has the two folds, I'm going to take a paper clip and put the pattern there. This is just to help you as you're learning to fold. We'll put the pattern on this side. And then all we have to do is line up this edge with the edge of the pattern. You want to make sure your creases are nice, so it'll help you later. And then we'll go ahead and unfold this and we'll tuck these two edges into this crease. That just kind of helps keep them under control later when we're cutting. And then we'll refold. And just again, make sure your creases are nice. Okay. And if I were to do freehand, I would just go ahead and make sure that none of my pattern goes up onto these ears. This line of the paper just helps you to know. That way, as long as you keep all of your cutting down here, you'll have your design on all the edges of your snowflake, all the parts of your snowflake. Let's go ahead. Here's our paper clip again. And I like to start by doing the finer points, so anything that requires a paper punch, I like to do first, and then all these little parts of the face on the jack-o'-lantern bucket, we're going to do those first too. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do the mouth here. And feel free to change that if you want to change the expression on his face. And then we'll go ahead and work on our little jack-o'-lantern face. Now in order to get to this triangle, I'm going to make just a tiny little cut here, just a little access cut, so that we're able to get over to this inside piece that we need to cut out. I'll work on his little smile. Now a smaller pair of scissors definitely comes in handy here, so you can get around all the little curves and changes in direction. You can use your regular scissors. You will find as you get into the finer detailed snowflakes that you will want to have a smaller pair. But of course, it being comfortable in your hand is one of the most important things. It needs to be something that you are comfortable holding and using. When you come off this edge, try to come off at a 90-degree angle, just so that it's not pointed when you unfold the snowflakes. I had some fun a while back with some exaggerated borders demos where we kind of experimented with, you know, coming in at a 90-degree angle like this, or if came in at different angles and how it affected the snowflake. So if you want, you can go back and look at those videos. Let's see, sometimes you never want to rip. Sometimes it kind of gets stuck between all the layers. You don't quite get through all of the pieces. There we go. Okay, and then I like to take off this outside piece first and the middle last, just because that center gives you a lot of stability while you're working. Probably should have switched to my larger scissors for this. You do end up sometimes with a little bit of a choppy effect if you're using the small scissors on a large area. And I go ahead and smooth that top out just a little bit so it doesn't have a pointed head. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and move my paper clip. You can use staples if you want, just make sure you staple in the shaded area, not the white area. This one has a fun little center too, so you could make this into an additional snowflake by adding more details, or just keep it as is. It's just a fun center. Okay, let's go ahead. Move everything off here. I'll go ahead and open the snowflake. This is a fun little center. Kind of reminds me of Splatoon. I'll go ahead, open this one up. There we go. Now, one of the fun things about these snowflakes is if you put them up on the window, the shadows that they cast during the day will change just by the sun's position outside, and it's just kind of fun to see how it interacts with the rest of your decor in your house. I'm going to go ahead today and we are going to show you what to do with the leftover pieces. If you have if you just want to print it once and then be able to use it over and over again, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how you can do that. So we can do the same thing. Just go ahead and put it there, and I'm going to put one more up here. Not quite as stable. I'm going to put it over here where I'm going to need more detail area underneath there. Okay, and then this time I'm also just going to decide that I just want to do the eyes and not the rest. You could even do a different size eye or different shape for the eye. That's just completely up to you. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the face. And then go ahead again and cut out this eye using that little access cut. Now, if you're not worried about keeping this family friendly, you can go ahead and use an X-Acto knife or something to cut out that little space instead of making an access cut over to it. It's just up to you and what works for your family. Then we'll go ahead and cut out teeth. And again, don't feel like you have to do it exactly as I did it. You can always change up your jack-o'-lantern to have a different expression. Whatever you want, that's up to you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move this paper clip down here. Maybe just right here. It doesn't particularly want to cooperate, but this is good so you can see the reality of what happens, not just the made-for-TV versions. All right, I'll slide this down a little bit too. That'll help us get here. If you don't want to fiddle around with the paper clips, you could always just put the used pattern on here and just kind of sketch around it with a pencil so that you know where to cut out. Okay, and let's see if we got through all the layers. We did that time. All right, I'm gonna move this again. Be careful, sometimes your paper clips will hook your pattern. That's never fun. And it rips your paper or your pattern. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go along the top. Remember to make sure you come off at a 90-degree angle so you don't end up with a pointed head on your ghost, the little trick-or-treater. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we'll do the same thing here for the bottom that we did before. All right, go ahead and open this up. Put these aside. And then you'll have to let me know in the comments if you like your little trick-or-treater ghost to have a mouth or not to have a mouth. Which do you think is more the norm? I think a lot of times kids just put the two eyes on the bed sheet and go for it. Trick or treat is a really fun time to be a kid. And there we go. Thank you for watching.